Right here is an example of a worksheet we're going to see in Chapter 4, which starts with the trial balance, adjustments for the adjusted entries, adjusted trial balance, which is basically the trial balance plus any adjustments. And from the adjusted trial balance, we can make the income statement and the balance sheet. Just get to the next slide. And basically, here's the trial balance. Notice at the end, everything equals. So the debits will equal the total of the credits. And the trial balance is just basically all the accounts with their respective normal balance. Then, of course, we have adjustments. For example, prepaid insurance expired during March was $1. We're just going to use small examples here. So the debit to A in this example, and in any example for this particular problem, would be a debit to insurance expense. And the corresponding credit will be prepaid insurance. And you can see those examples down here with depreciation and salaries expense. Okay, then after we add the adjustments to the trial balance, we get the adjusted trial balance. An example would be prepaid insurance was started with 4 and has a debit balance. Now, since the adjustment has a credit, we're going to actually subtract 1 from 4, which we get 3. And we'll do that for those other corresponding entries down here. Again, these totals will equal each other, 67, 67, 8, and 8. That's your checkpoint. So if they don't balance down here, there's something wrong. And here is the end result. And as you can see, all balance sheet accounts up to capital drawing go on the balance sheet. All the income statement accounts, all the expense and revenue accounts go on the income statement. And from there, we can add those up, and any difference, the difference in these two debit and credit columns is actually going to be your net income. If it's a net loss, it would be a credit. The same thing over here. This difference is 4. So basically, you would add 4 to the credit balance on the balance sheet, add 4 to the debit balance on the income statement. Considering that's a gain, if it was a loss, it will be here and here. And again, these respective numbers add up. And here's the actual end result. Here are your financial statements for International Travel Agency. We just worked on that worksheet. And here's your revenue minus expenses equals your net income. Your owner's equity statement, which started March 1st, add that $4 net income less drawings equals capital at the end of the month. And here's your balance sheet. Of course, total assets equal total liabilities and owner's equity, respectively. So those will always match. Here's an example of the closing process. Seems kind of convoluted. Basically, what we're going to do is we're going to take income summary. I want to close out expenses and revenues. So since expenses have debit balances, we're going to credit expenses and debit income summary. And with the revenue, since it has a normal credit balance, we're going to debit revenue and credit income summary. We're going to do that every time we prepare financial statements and make adjusting entries. Here are the actual journal entries. Service revenue, see we debit that. Expenses we're crediting. To close expense accounts, to close revenue accounts. And again, you can pause this video anytime you want. Income summary, you debit, capital, credit. Drawing does not get closed to income summary, gets closed to capital. So keep that in mind. This is a good review for your homework problem. Here's the accounting cycle steps 1 through 9. Know those for the exam. You'll have some multiple choice questions on that. Here's a classified balance sheet. Current assets, current short-term in nature will be cash, short-term investments, receivables, prepaids. Long-term, stocks and bonds. Property planning equipment, PP&E. Land, buildings, furniture, equipment, tangibles. And here's a list on here for current liabilities and long-term liabilities. So know the difference between current and long-term for both assets and liabilities. That'll help you out. And if you guys have any questions, just let me know. Thanks.